on the rice farm, not only are they growing rice for food, but this is a fish pond. So they have a couple of different things going on here. There's a few different types of fish in here. You've got carp, you have a couple different types of catfish and tilapia. It's all for food, it's all food fish. And over here behind me where you can't see, there's also some big bullfrogs. It's all for food, kind of a self-sustaining thing here. Rice farm, nighttime, it's my favorite. We're gonna be into all kinds of stuff, I hope. So anyway, first things first, spray down with this bug spray. All right, let's get it on. Oh man, check this out. Just walking along this dirt road right here. This is a yellow striped Sicilian. It looks like a worm and it looks like a snake, but actually it's neither. It's an amphibian. Now it looks kind of wet, and it actually is wet. It's a little bit slimy. Now these guys, they lay their eggs around ponds and streams, and they go through a larval stage. They actually have gills and a tail fin when they're in their larval stage. Then at some point they go through a metamorphosis, and then they basically turn into what you see here. Now these guys eat insect larvae, in particular termite larvae. There's a lot of termites here around this area. But really interesting. Very timid, obviously doesn't bite, but it does have small eyes, and on that flattened head, it's got a mouth. All right, let's get this guy off the trail, get him into some safer spots here. Hey! Right here. It's a bronzeback. Man, look at that. It's so pretty. This guy's actually he's got good body weight. You can sure tell that they're doing a lot of eating right now. It's frog season, and it's just a really great time of the year for these guys to feed. But normally these guys are active during the daytime. The sun just went down and it just got dark, so he's still warmed up from the daytime, but yet you know, he's out here cruising. He's probably just up in that tree looking for a place to call it a day. He's gonna stay there during the night and get back to hunting later on in the daytime. But the head is beautiful. It's very bronze color. Bright red tongue. Pretty little animal. It's basically a harmless snake. They are rear fang, but you know, it's a very tiny head, and it's not a very toxic animal, but they do bite like crazy. So anyway, there you go, bronzeback. Let this guy go back up here in this tree. There you go, bud. Oh, here we go, right here. This is a plumaceous water snake. Right there. Here we go. It's one of the more common water snakes out here. It actually kind of resembles, to me anyway, it looks like a little miniature anaconda. It's got a real stubby little head. The eyes are kind of set up on top there. It's an olive green color. Beautiful yellow color underneath. They get bigger than this, not too much though. They're kind of a smaller snake, but just kind of goes to show all the diversity in these areas here. When we're just walking along an elevated area and on other sides of rice farms, so these guys are crossing from one rice paddy to another. It's a great place to walk and find stuff, especially at nighttime. Nighttime's the best. So many nocturnal animals out here. They kind of follow the frog cycle. Frogs are out, it's nighttime, and all this stuff feeds on frogs, so it's all out there. So super cool. All right, Plumbaceous water snake. There you go, bud. Oh, I see the tail. Another snake right here. It looks like some kind of aquatic water snake, but I'm not really sure. It's got a little bit of size to it compared to the last one. And I got him. If I can get him to let go of the grass. Here we go. And this is just one of the common water snakes here. Looks like one of the Xenocrophus. These are rear-fanged. So it's one of the checkered keelbacks. I want to make sure that I'm a little bit careful with this one because these are rear-fanged and they're a little bit on the toxic side if you get bit and chewed on. And this was just about maybe 20 feet from that last snake we just caught. But this is a little bit of a more robust water snake. But like I said, they're rear-fanged and these have a little bit more potency in them, so I definitely don't want to get bit or chewed on by this guy. It's a real pretty snake. All right, it's a really interesting spot. We were actually just looking across the bank because we saw another snake out that direction. We were just getting ready to cross over and this one happened to be right in our path. And there, see, he tried to get try to get me there. Got to be a little bit careful. All right, cool. Get this guy back. So here's another snake. This is a semi-aquatic. This is a puff-faced water snake. This is just a juvenile, and it's really nicely banded, has some nice color to it, but it looks like it's going to be going into shed because it does have a little bit of a cloudy look to it. When they're adults, they lose the banding somewhat. It's not as pronounced as this. They have a really strong bite. They're not venomous, they're not dangerous, but the bite, they really clamp down. They give you a good pinch. So this blue net that's strung out here along the rice farm, this is to catch frogs because they're normally consumed here by the people. They come out at night and they walk these lines of nets, and the frogs are usually stuck in there. Obviously there's going to be incidental catches. Sometimes it's insects, sometimes it's snakes. Now this snake at first glance appeared to be identical to the Plumbaceous water snake that we caught earlier. This one's got me a little bit stumped. I've never seen this one out here before. It has a really, really tiny head, and it doesn't have that striking yellow belly, but instead it has like parallel striping, kind of like a dark blue and then an orange stripe that goes all the way down the side of the belly there. I don't know what this is. I've never seen this before. It has such a tiny little head compared to this big body. It's got me stumped. I'm sure I'll be able to identify it in the field guides, but I've never seen this out here. It's very strange. So we're going to let this guy go on the other side of the net, and he is good to go. So here's another one of the common Plumbaceous water snakes, and I caught a frog here. Let's see how this goes.